Hello and welcome, I'm Ankit Tuteja and you are watching Tech It Out. This week our focus is on computer chips in human brains. We tell you about a scam that is targeting iPhone users. And we get you a review of the brand new OnePlus 12. Let's get started. Elon Musk wants to put a computer chip in your brain. It has been in the news for a few months now. And the latest development is that his Neuralink company has successfully implanted the first chip in a human brain. Watch this story to know more about it.
Elon Musk's Neuralink has been working for years on a computer chip that can be implanted into the brain. Now, the company is one step closer to putting brain implants in people. This is the latest development. Neuralink has installed a brain implant in its first human patient. According to the startup, the initial results are promising. Look at Musk's post on social media platform X. It says, initial results show promising neuron spike detection. Spikes are activity by neurons. They are described as cells that use electrical and chemical signals to send information around the brain and to the body. So, how does this entire process take place? Neuralink's technology mainly works through an implant called the link. It's a device about the size of 5 stacked coins that is placed inside the human brain through invasive surgery. According to the neurotechnology company co-founded by Musk, a robot is used to surgically place a brain-computer interface implant in a region of the brain that controls the intention to move. The aim here is to enable human brains to communicate directly with computers. In other words, Neuralink wants to build direct communication channels between the brain and computers. Its initial goal is to enable people to control a computer cursor or keyboard using their thoughts alone. Interestingly, the startup, which last year won approval from US regulators to test its brain implants in people, has grand ambitions. Its vision is to supercharge human capabilities. The startup aims to treat neurological disorders like ALS or Parkinson's. The innovation can help patients overcome paralysis. Basically, Neuralink plans to help patients overcome a host of neurological conditions. In fact, in the future, the firm could facilitate speedy surgical insertions of its chip devices to treat conditions like obesity, autism, depression, and schizophrenia. Musk is hardly alone in trying to make advances in this field. According to reports, the tycoon once reached out to join forces with implant developer Synchron about a potential investment. Unlike Neuralink's Link, Synchron's implant version does not require cutting into the skull to install it. Synchron's brain-computer interface implant is done using blood vessels. The Australia-based Synchron implanted its first device in a US patient in July 2022. While the brain chip implant appears to be promising, it requires perfection and rigorous testing. It seems this revolutionary technology could shape the future of human-machine interaction, but the road ahead will be challenging and unpredictable.
On Tech It Out, we help you stay informed about online scams that can mess with your money and privacy. Today we tell you about a new scam that is targeting iPhone users. Here is more.
Fraudsters keep coming up with new ways to deceive people online. This is the latest scam. The Apple ID loan fraud that is defrauding innocent loan seekers. Let's first understand how this sneaky scam works. Miscreants manipulate people to give up their personal Apple IDs to obtain a loan. Tricksters make borrowers sign out of their Apple devices and log back in with an ID they provide. This gives them access to the user's Apple services and sensitive information like contacts, calendars, photos, documents, and other app data. If the user fails to repay the loan on time, which is usually at interest rates much higher than the market average, the lender threatens to block the device and expose private data. Some of the lenders have advertised their services using the surname of Apple CEO Tim Cook. Many people in China have become victims of the Apple ID loan scam. According to the state-run China News Service, over 20,000 people have been impacted. Chinese law enforcement agencies are cracking down on scammers running such loan rackets. Police in China have arrested more than 40 people. In fact, loan app scammers have said to have employed deceptive models to extort money from people in Southeast Asia and some African nations as well. Such instant loan offers might sound tempting, but the reality is harsh. So watch out for such dubious lending apps. Here are some tips you can follow to avoid falling into the trap of instant loan apps. Check authenticity of an app before downloading. Do not click on suspicious links. Avoid using unauthorized apps that might steal your data. Check the app permission settings to secure your data from getting stolen. And most importantly, report suspicious money lending apps to local police authorities.
It's time for a gadget review. This is the OnePlus 12, the company's latest flagship phone. As expected, the phone looks premium. The rear panel has a unique texture that adds to the design language. Its sleek profile and rounded corners make it comfortable to hold for long hours. The 6.8-inch display is incredibly bright and generates vibrant visuals. The 120Hz refresh rate results in smooth responses, thereby offering a fluid user experience. Its Aqua Touch technology lets you operate the screen even with wet fingers. The phone comes with 3 rear cameras, with a system developed by Hasselblad, a premium camera maker. The cameras generate excellent results, especially in bright light conditions and to a great degree in low light as well. They are accurate, sharp, and detailed. Its powerful processor delivers excellent performance. There are no lags while multitasking, switching between apps, enjoying an intensive gaming session, or streaming videos. It has an impressive battery that easily lasts for over a day with moderate usage. Also, it charges quite fast. Let's put it in perspective. The battery can be charged from 0 to 100% in 30 minutes. Its cooling system prevents the phone from overheating, even if you use power-intensive apps. The speakers are fairly good. The OnePlus 12 comes in 2 variants, 256GB storage with 16GB of RAM and 512GB storage with 16GB of RAM. It's priced at 64,999 rupees, which is approximately $785. Overall, it's a great flagship phone in the highly competitive smartphone market. Up next, we tell you about a new app that will assist foreign visitors during the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris.
Paris is gearing up to host the 2024 Olympics, which will be held in the French capital between July 26th and August 11th. The meandering metro, which features more than 300 stations, has names that can be hard to find or pronounce, even for natives. It can easily become a nightmare for anybody without knowing how to speak French fluently. So, how will millions of visitors without the knowledge of French or even English use public transport to shuttle between sports venues?
How can I go to the Stadium of France? كيفاش نقدر نمشي للستاد دو فرانس?
¿Cuándo son los Juegos Olímpicos?
올림픽 개막식에 가려면 어떻게 해야 되나요?
Enter tech. The Paris Metro has launched an instant translation app ahead of the Olympic Games to help foreign visitors navigate the French capital's urban transport system.
ルーブル美術館に行くにはまだ7番線に乗るだけです。方
Powered by artificial intelligence, the Tradivia app will guide lost visitors during the Olympics. The public transport system of Paris will provide thousands of Asians access to the artificial intelligence-supported translation app. It can handle 16 languages. The app translates spoken queries in languages like English, German, Mandarin, Hindi, and Arabic into French for the benefit of the Asians. Their responses then get translated back to the language of the visitor. According to authorities, it provides a decisive advantage over general translation help apps like Google Translate, which sometimes fails to make sense of the metro's idiosyncrasies. This tech solution is likely to change the metro workers' experience, giving them more confidence to approach tourists in the metro.
Ça n'a pas forcément complètement changé mon quotidien.
We no longer have this apprehension of approaching visitors, so we obviously know that they can speak, for example, in Korean or in Hindi or in Mandarin. We no longer have this fear of thinking, oh no, we're not going to understand each other. Here, we know straight away, with regard to the languages here, to press straight on Hindi and immediately have clear, more precise information, and we can be sure that when the visitor leaves, he's satisfied.
Précise. Et on est sûr que le voyageur, quand il part, il est satisfait.
The app has been specifically tailored to the Paris metro experience. It will be there after the Olympics in Paris, the world's leading destination for international visitors.
It's fun to play video games, but did you know that these games can cause you some serious damage if you are not mindful while playing? We get you more details in this report.
There's one thing all gamers have in common. They tend to be thrill seekers. Be it squaring up with villains in an action game or working non-stop to solve a multi-layered puzzle game, video games raise the level of dopamine in the brain. They are extremely addictive. But what many gamers don't realize is that video games also come with cyber threats. Therefore, gamers need to protect their online safety while keeping up with the latest gaming trends. And we tell you how it can be done. The smartphone is one of the leading platforms for gaming. More people are turning to games on their mobile devices to stay entertained. But a common cybersecurity risk with mobile gaming is that it can create online privacy concerns if gamers reveal personally identifiable information on their accounts, such as name, phone number, and house address. This can put their identity and data at risk. That's why it's essential to be careful about the information you share while gaming. So our first tip is that you keep personally identifiable information private and always be mindful about the information you reveal, even inadvertently. Cloud-based gaming has made it easier for people to access video games. You no longer have to worry about securing a physical copy of your favorite video game or downloading it on your device. But cloud-based games come with a certain type of risk. Cybercriminals commonly use DDoS cyber attacks to compromise cloud-based gaming systems. Distributed denial of service or DDoS attacks occur when hackers attempt to overload gaming services, causing a crash that takes the service offline. This doesn't involve stealing user data, but it's still an annoyance to users. And the downtime and recovery time can be costly for the game's provider. Make sure that you keep your devices and software up to date so that you benefit from the latest security patches and address cyber vulnerabilities. Virtual reality in gaming takes you to an entirely new environment. With a VR headset and other hand and eye tracking technology, you're able to interact and influence different elements in your video game, as if you're physically in that world. But ever thought about what could be at risk in such games? The biometric data that's stored on gaming devices with VR capabilities could be the prime target for hackers. Therefore, you must practice password hygiene to make hacking into your gaming accounts more difficult. Always use complex passwords and change them every 4 to 5 months. And strong password includes at least 12 characters and it's a mix of upper and lowercase letters, numbers and symbols. Streaming platforms like Twitch and Caffeine allow gamers to watch the world's best gamers do what they're best at. Not only can you watch them play, but you can also pick up the tricks they use to reach their victories. But don't get carried away. Beware of frauds. Hackers create fake video game streaming platforms and send phishing emails to steal gamers' information, including payment details. Install antivirus software that can alert you of potentially dangerous links in websites. Also remember, if a game or distributor offers 2 or multi-factor authentication, enable it. This adds another step to the login process, such as sending a code to your phone number or email address, thereby adding another layer of security. These simple video game security tips can help maximize your safety while you play online.
There is now a robot that has been trained to read Braille. Artificial intelligence can help improve ovarian cancer diagnosis. The week gone by was buzzing with a lot of exciting tech developments, and we bring you the most interesting ones in our Tech Wrap.
Stellantis' Peugeot brand is planning to use ChatGPT to improve the voice assistant in its cars and vans. Peugeot has launched a pilot version of the ChatGPT service, which will be able to connect to vehicle controls and answer many general or navigation-related questions. The service, which has been introduced in 5 countries, France, Britain, Germany, Italy and Spain, is planned to become standard equipment this year. The French brand is joining rivals such as Volkswagen and Mercedes-Benz in tapping the popular AI chatbot. Researchers at the University of Cambridge have developed a new robotic sensor that incorporates artificial intelligence techniques. Its USP is that it can read Braille at twice the speed of humans. The robot can read the Braille at 315 words per minute with close to 90% accuracy. The research team has used machine learning algorithms to teach the robotic sensor to slide over lines of Braille text. The robot Braille reader has not been developed as an assistive technology. Instead, this breakthrough has implications for developing sensitive robotic hands and prosthetics. A Delaware judge has struck down the Tesla CEO's massive compensation package. According to the judge, Elon Musk is not entitled to the landmark compensation package awarded by Tesla's board of directors, which is potentially worth more than $55 billion. The ruling comes more than 5 years after a shareholder lawsuit targeted Tesla CEO Musk and the company's directors. They were accused of breaching their duties to the maker of electric vehicles and solar panels, resulting in a waste of corporate assets and unjust enrichment for Musk. Payments firm PayPal is going to reduce its global workforce by 9% in 2024. This means about 2,500 jobs at the company will be affected. The decision has been made to right-size the company through both direct cuts and the elimination of open roles throughout the year. The global AI race for supremacy is intensifying. China is striving to catch up with the US in AI development. The country has approved more than 40 artificial intelligence models for public use in the first 6 months since authorities began the approval process. Chinese companies have been rushing to develop AI products ever since OpenAI's chatbot, ChatGPT, took the world by storm in 2022. One of China's leading ChatGPT-like chatbots, Baidu's Ernie bot, has garnered more than 100 million users. Interestingly, India has also emerged as a significant player in the global landscape of artificial intelligence. Ovarian cancer is a leading cause of cancer deaths in women. It is described by researchers as a silent killer. Why? It's typically asymptomatic in the first place, and it can rarely be found during a routine pelvic exam. But it seems that may not be a challenge in the future. In a development that could transform cancer diagnostics, scientists at Georgia Tech have achieved a breakthrough. They are utilizing the power of artificial intelligence in the early detection of ovarian cancer. Researchers claim an accuracy of 93%. This represents a major leap in the early detection of ovarian cancer and holds promise for other forms of cancer as well. According to a study by French and German music societies, more than 2/3 of musicians fear that artificial intelligence will make it impossible to make a living. Based on a survey of more than 15,000 people in the industry, France's Society of Authors, Composers and Music Publishers and its German equivalent GEMA say that 71% of respondents fear they would no longer make ends meet in the future. The study has also found that 35% are already using AI in a large number of areas related to music creation.
Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. We will continue to bring you exciting inventions and updates on the latest gadgets. I will be back soon. Until then, keep watching WION World as One. And yes, don't forget to follow us on social media. For now, it's me, Ankit Tuteja, signing off.